Good morning and welcome to the Wildwood Learning Facebook page. And I'm Kathy Magnuson. I am the owner of Wildwood Learning, where I help parents to help their teens to design an education that meets their needs. And so I'm here today to tell you about the ending part of the REACH process. I was just at a workshop training, 3-day training, put on by the Search Institute, and they are out of Minneapolis, St. Paul area in Minnesota. And I might look a little weary this morning because after the training, we left and drove all the way back home up here to Roseau. And so it was a long day yesterday and a somewhat late night. So I'm here just to recap what the REACH process is and tell you a little bit about the last two letters, which are C for cognition, and that's about the brain, and H about heart, which is right here, what's inside you. Not the physical heart, but the heart of yourself. So these little activities are mainly geared towards public school teachers and administration, but I really want to take this information and share it with parents, because as I was sitting there throughout the whole conference or through the whole training, I just really could see how using this material or knowing this material with my own teens can really make a difference in how we relate and knowing more about them and the effort that they put forth and how they can help themselves to put forth and sustain that effort through different activities and challenges, whatever they come about in life. And so, telling you a little bit about C, which is cognition. And one of the biggest things about the cognition part is, of course, the brain and how we think. And finding out that there is fast thinking and there's slow thinking within our brain. And so the fast thinking are things that we just do automatically. You know, you look at things that come up to you, you breathe. That's part of fast thinking. You just do it, automatically and don't have to take much time to think about it. Slow thinking is where you have to slow down, you really have to process it, you have to think about it, and really take that in. And sometimes we are using fast thinking when we are needing slow thinking, and slow thinking when we need fast thinking. They're a bit of a competition. So it was super interesting. There's a famous test called the marshmallow test where they had 4-year-olds sit down and eat a marshmallow. Well, actually what they did was they said, if you have a marshmallow and you leave it alone, in 15 minutes, we'll come back and we'll give you 2 marshmallows. And it was to see how children reacted and what strategies they used to retain gratification so that they're, self-gratification. And then these children were followed through for quite a few through high school and adulthood. And the children who didn't eat the marshmallow, that waited and were able to wait, had a much higher rate of success and staying with it. And the children who reacted and ate it in less than 15 minutes had kind of a lower impulse level, making choices that are out of their fast brain. And then talking about that, you can change this. You can help kids use their slow brain when they go automatically into fast brain mode, making those impulsive decisions. So that's a huge part of self-control and how we can better help our kids to be more self-controlled and use their slow brain when needed and use their fast brain when it's appropriate. So I found that really interesting. And also the other thing is reframing. So taking something that's really maybe a negative and reframing it so that it's a positive or something neutral. And a lot of these sayings like, when God shuts the door, he opens a window, is a way of us reframing some of the things that we have happen to us in our life. So the activities, which I thought were very, very valuable, was a process called WHOOP, where you do wishes, outcomes, obstacles, and then a plan. And that by having a plan and knowing what you want as your outcome and what the obstacles are, and making that plan an if-then plan, if this happens, then this is what I'll do, has shown to have a huge effect on using a slow brain when needed and not using the fast brain. So I found that really interesting, and I'm going to write more about this on my blog and my newsletter. So I just want to mention that on my Wildwood Learning Facebook page, there's a place where you can sign up. And when you sign up, you will be able to receive my newsletters, and also you will receive a webinar that I did that was all about unleashing the brilliance of your child, which has lots of different ideas on what you can do as a parent to help your child know their strengths and how to help them unleash those strengths. So I just really suggest that you go on my Facebook page, you click below, and there's a little thing called sign up, and fill that out, and you will be able to access that webinar. There's also the heart, and I really enjoyed this section because the heart talks about those things that spark you, those things that you are interested in, ones of when you can connect what students or kids are really interested in with how they learn and their relationships. You have a really powerful combination there. And so just going to tell you a little bit about the heart and sparks and finding out that, and values are all part of that, sharing your values as a family, but also your children and what they really value and how you can find out what they value. So sparks are just those things that you get up in the morning to do, that you love to do. And as a parent, I encourage you to not just think of your child's sparks, but also of your own sparks. And when we can connect those with their learning, as I said before, helping them discover and to develop them and then to deepen them through their learning, we have a very powerful education model right there. So some of the things that you can ask your teen is, if you woke up one morning and were told you could do one activity for as long as you wanted all day, what would it be? Or when in your life do you feel the happiest? What are you doing during those times? Or is there something that you're really interested in? So all of these questions can be used to really ask your child and find out what their spark is. And then values, I think, is a huge thing about helping kids figure out what they really value. And, I would even say, what does your family value? What are your values as a family? And so there's an activity here where you go through talking about the things that you value. And they have found that when teens, they did this study about that they wrote down their values and what their values meant to them, that they found that something innately helped them to do better academically and to rise above. So knowing those values and then having the person who is teaching them know that child's values can really help them to excel. So REACH is a program the acronym stands for Relationships, Effort, Aspirations, Cognition, and Heart. And this is a process that I'm going to be doing some writing on and taking these activities that are designed for more school to see if I can, which I know I can change to be more used for your teens as a parent, as a homeschooler, and as a youth worker, because these are awesome. ideas. So I just want to say I'm Kathy Magnuson. I'm so glad that you have joined me here on the Wildwood Learning Facebook page live. And I would just say that I'm here to help you unleash the brilliance of your teen. And please sign up underneath. If you're on my Facebook page, there's or I guess above, right? You would click a button that says sign up, and you'll have access to my webinar, Unleash the Brilliance of Your Teen, and then access to any future information that I develop about the REACH program. So, thank you so much and have an awesome day.